Good morning. I certainly hope and pray that all is well with you all this morning. I'm going to share something with you real quick. First, I'm going to share with you a couple of scriptures out of this book here. Psalms 8, 4 through 5. What is man that thou art mindful of him, and the son of man that thou visitest him? For thou hast made him a little lower than the angels, and hast crowned him with glory and honor. These verses reflect on the special and dignified place humanity holds in creation, created in God's image and given a unique value and authority despite human fragility. Okay. Overall meaning: the passage emphasizes the immense value God places on humanity. It is a reflection on God's glory contrasted with human smallness, leading to the conclusion that God has bestowed great dignity and authority upon people. Now, let me say this real quick. It says the passage emphasizes the immense value God places on humanity. Okay. Um, Created in God's image and given a unique value and authority despite human fragility. We talk about the scriptures where it said that God said, no, the Elohim, the God said, let us make man in our own image. All right. Just looking at get some basic understanding. I hear some people sometimes say, you know, I don't believe in God, which is fine. I don't have anything, against that, because I don't think, I'm not coming from a Christian perspective. The author of all, which we all are, is more than is not fragile. Okay. Um, but what I am saying is they say things like, why does God allow this, or why does God allow that? Why does God allow all these terrible things in our world? But yet at the same time, we talk about God giving humans free will. And this is something I like real quick, this overall meaning, okay, that God has bestowed great dignity and authority upon people. We have the authority. We have the free will. We have the ability to make this time and space be whatever, okay, we choose for it to be. Some people can't do that in their own personal lives, let alone as a collective of people. There is, I forget what it's called, the exact terminology. I have it in my book over there. I don't want to take too much time to try to look it up, but there is this an idea that God created, okay, and after God's creation, uh, make sure, okay, after God's creation, God left. Okay, so in other words, I got created. Now y'all do what you want to do. I'm gone. Okay, so there are various beliefs out there. Okay, and then there's some that believe that God has some kind of uh, stake in what happens amongst humanity, or this particular realm that we're in. Okay, then there is the belief that, okay, ye are gods. Okay, um, as above, so below, as without, within, so without. We are the microcosm of the, the small. Um, to the macro. Okay, we are small versions. We are our own universe. Okay, and our bodies are made up of what that we find in nature, a great majority of water, as well as some of the minerals and so on that you find in the earth, you find in the human body. Okay, that we understand that these things need to be replaced. Okay, when we work out, when we eat, when we just live our lives. Okay, we find it in the foods that it's supposed to be if the soil had not been uh, destroyed, but I won't say completely destroyed, because nature renews itself and regenerates itself just like the human body. All right. So you understand that. Okay. You have the authority in your own life to make it be what you want it to be. Now, is it going to be that way like right away? That's one issue that we find in our society, this idea that things happen quickly, fast, right away. They don't. Okay. Some things do, but in general, they don't. Okay. This is why you can find some people talking about lifetimes. We need lifetimes to achieve a particular thing, but achievement can come in uh, for what you want in your current life. I was watching Limitless last night, one of my favorite movies. Just love it in how whatever that pill was, that particular the main character, that pill, what it allowed him to do or people to do was access their full potential. Okay, and we saw how his life changed. And as I was watching it, I said, "Oh, the guy, the main character, he went from being a writer, got into a trading, financial realm. Okay, made all millions of dollars. Of course, you saw all the obstacles that he had to overcome, even though he was able to tap into his full potential with the pill. Okay, and then at the end, we find that he was running for he was what was he a senator, I think, and he was running for mayor, I believe. Okay. But what he had sense enough to do, what he did was what a lot of people were taking that pill, they were getting sick. After a while, they were getting sick, and dying. Okay. But what he did was instead of just utilizing it for the here and now, he found a scientist to break down the components, the chemical components of the pill so that he could continue to stay on it. Okay. But then he found that the lab was his lab was closed up. Okay, when Robert De Niro's character came to try to set him up and make him his little, work for him. Okay, but what he did was he broke down how the lab might have been closed, but he had utilized the pill, okay, to find a way to be able to continue to tap into his full potential and into himself without taking the pill. So he utilized the pill that gave him full potential to tap into, um, again, full capacity, full use of his brain power. Okay, so to find a way to, and he figured out a way he could continue to do that without taking the pill, whereas most people, they didn't do that. Here it is, here's a pill to help you tap into the full knowledge of yourself. Number one. Okay, because that's one thing I thought, that would that man have gone in the direction that he did if he wasn't who he was? Some people would have taken that pill, not everybody that would have taken it and tapped into the full potential of themselves. Perfect example, the criminal guy that he had to pay money to, he took it, but what did he do? He took it to become a better criminal. Okay, whereas this guy took it to uh see how, to make a whole lot of money. Of course, that would be, well, you would think that would be most people's uh goal, but not necessarily. But how can I become basically who he already was, the leader that he already was? Okay, and continue to do it without being a slave to the pill. Okay, so what I'm saying is he took authority, he utilized this pill and took authority over his own life. and utilize it to his benefit, not just for nefarious purposes or hedonistic purposes or whatever. How can I set myself up for life here? And his woman who broke up with him at the beginning, here we find at the end that she was back with him. She had taken it at one point. She didn't want to anymore. She took it to help him, but then she didn't want to anymore. But more than likely, whatever he found, whatever he discovered in taking the pill, how to continue to be able to tap into his full potential without taking, more than likely he taught his woman as well, right? And got the woman that he loved back. I'm saying that to say, we have the authority. He took the pill and used his authority that was already present within him, okay, to become the man that he knew he was. We have the authority. You have the authority. I have the authority. Okay. And so sometimes you walk in this life and things may not occur at the time that you want them to occur or how you want them to occur or whatever. But at the same time, I got a message one time like slow down. And I was just thinking, what am I moving fast at? Okay. Well, the answer came to me, but in the message of slow down, it was confirmed to me through a person and something that person said to me. Then right after that person said that to me, then it was confirmed 3 to 4 times after that. And so I was questioning, what is the slow down? What is it that I need to slow down? And when the answer came, but in the midst of the answer coming, it came to me, allow God to experience God's self in you, where you are and as you are. Okay. One key thing that I think I want to share here. 2 Timothy 1:7. Okay. Well, I know I know the verse. Okay. It says, we're talking about fear. Okay. But God has not given us a spirit of fear, but of power, authority, love, and a sound mind. Okay. Now, people do this thing with fear and make it an acronym, saying it means forget everything and run or face everything and rise. Okay, but all right. The definition, I just Googled it, okay? An unpleasant emotion caused by the belief that someone or something is dangerous, likely to cause pain or a threat, okay? All right. But God has not given us that, a spirit of fear, but a power and love and sound mind. Now, there's such things as healthy fear, okay? Some things you need to have be to fear only in the sense of to be cautious and to be aware. All right. It's kind of like it's built in. Okay. Okay. My favorite, one of my favorite books when I was in seminary, one of my favorite books in this book I call a manual here, this Bible, was the book of Joshua, because Joshua was basically a warrior here. Okay. And you find at the beginning of it, there are things that when he had to go to do his war, one thing that God continuously said to him was to be strong and courageous, be strong and courageous, be strong and courageous. Don't be afraid, okay? Don't be discouraged, all right? For God is with you wherever you go. Of course, God is with you wherever you go. Ye are God's, God within, God without, okay? Do not be afraid. Okay, now you're going to experience fear. You challenge it, you face it, you face everything and rise. You keep moving forward. So I got this book one time. I'm not going to read this whole thing. I got this book, okay? Ek Wisdom. I'm not really familiar. It's Eckankar or something like that. It was a fair. Eckankar, yes. Okay, I'm not promoting Eckankar. I'm not really 100% familiar with this organization. I was at a psychic fair one time where I was a reader, and they were set up. Their some of their people who are a part of this organization were set up, and they were just giving away all these little booklets. So I was like, okay, let me see now on conquering fear. Okay, I read this a while ago. It's real easy read. What is the key to overcoming fear? It's by somebody called Harold Klemp. Okay, I'm just gonna read just this first uh, chapter here, and it's only like you see how big the page are. Okay, what where fear comes from. Okay, we saw the definition of what it is. What is this life all about? Okay, of course, we're going to question that. I would have to say it's about fear and how to overcome it. You have a job, you're afraid of losing your job. You have health, you're afraid of losing it. Your child is sick, you're afraid your child won't get any better. Will you have enough to feed your family? Okay, we see that's something that's key happening right now for people. These are all fears. The experience in this world seems to be total fear. Okay, and when you think about it, it's like everything, the majority of things that people do is based off of fear. Okay, when you find yourself doing something, whatever it is, break it down. Ask yourself, why are you doing this? You'll get an answer, and keep asking, like they always say 2-year-old children, that's what they do. Why? Constantly asking why. And when you think about it, they'll ask you a question, you tell them the answer, they'll ask why to that answer, and then why to that answer, and why to that answer, and why to that, because what are they seeking? They're seeking understanding, okay, for the world that they're in, and the life that they're living, and the life that people around them are living. Okay, you can do that as well, and you probably should. Okay. When fear is a dominant player in your life, it steals the joy and freedom of living. Hidden fears, stacks and stacks, piles and piles of them reside in each human being. What is their origin? Many fears develop before your birth into this lifetime. Each human being carries a history of hundreds or thousands of past lives. That allows plenty of time to hurt others. It also gives them a chance to hurt you. Get hurt enough in a certain way, and you will cringe from the mere thought of that sort of pain. People are not born equal. At birth, each brings a unique load of karma, but most people have no idea how to work it off. How many even know it exists? Okay. You probably don't even know what the karma from your past lives are. Okay. Or what it is. Okay. And from how many lives. Okay, if this is something that you believe in, all right? And so they cower inside their coats of flesh, too afraid to live and too scared to die. They desire heaven, earth is hell, yet they fear the passage to heaven because the passageway is death. It's the mother of ironies, yet occasionally there comes these little beams of light, sunshine shining into our lives, and this is the love of God. When we can fill ourselves with this love, of God more and more, finally, there is no room in our heart for the darkness of fear. Okay, it says in the book, the manual that what I call the manual, perfect love casts out fear. All right, all right. That's just a little something I wanted to share this morning. I have more questions. I'm going to ask my pendulum. A person's life is not something for anyone to toy around with as though it's some kind of fucking game, as though they're a toy. I've said this before in a certain way that they can just do anything they want to with it to try to destroy it because they have a desire for whatever it is they want out of that person and out of their life. But this is what people do. Now, I'm going to say this real quick. I had 2 people on this app within the last week, last at least 7 days, visit me in some way, shape, or form. I have not said these people's names ever. I don't want to. One, I told the typical get out, listen to their reading, and they made a comment, but I'm just going to sit back and wait. I had another person come to me. Well, I ain't going to say come to me, as though I called them. That dream infiltration shit. First time ever. Now, what this person did in the dream, it was like in my grandmother's house that I talk about, the house that I lived in. There were 2 sides, the side my grandparents lived on and the tenant's side. This person was on the tenant's side where I used to, where I grew up in. There was and I walked down the hallway to the master bedroom. The tenant that was there when I lived there was in there dressed beautifully. And this person on this app, she was dressed nice. But what she did was she looked at me 3 times as though she wasn't looking at me, like she didn't see me. Now, I don't know if you're trying to get some energy. I don't know what that's all about. Don't you ever come back in my fucking dreams. And I made a post about it. You people get on here and they feign innocence, crying and screaming about how terrible life is for them and how everybody doing them wrong. Good, one person go. That is not an act of innocence. Period. If you come back, if you do it again, I will bust you all the way the fuck out. It makes me realize that maybe what that person is saying about you is true. And I have not been on that woman's channel, but enough. I don't care if when a person does that, it's not about, maybe they want help or they're trying to reach out to you, or maybe it's you trying to siphon some fucking energy. So no, you're not innocent. And as the person said, until you own up to what you have done, whatever you're dealing with, it ain't gonna stop. Now, I don't have a big channel in terms of numbers, at least what YouTube shows. Okay, so you not gonna say my name. You ain't gonna mention me, because that's all you mention is big people with big names, because that's the attention that you want. But you ain't gonna siphon shit up off me, so you can get the attention that you want. All right, do it again. Just a piece. And in my grandmother's house at that, bitch, you get your fat fuck ass and you stay where the fuck you are. How come people do that? How come y'all don't go into the celebrities' dreams and shit? They're human. They're human beings. Ain't no more great or special about them. Talk about them all fucking day long, like you know them. Go in their fucking dreams and shit. Do that. Try to convince them to make you the star that you want to be. See what they say. For anybody that has said it, Did Brianna Joe Bellamy say that I did dream infiltration on her? That's yes. For you all who have not watched my channel before, I'll stop. What is yes? Stop, please. Okay. What is no? Okay, stop, please. Okay. Now, I've been working with a pendulum for about, like I said, over 20 years. If you've never worked with one, I want to say I don't advise you just go pick up something, but that's what I did 20 years ago. Somebody told me about it. I just went and got one, started working with it. Okay, then a lot of trial and error. There's a young lady on here I watch sometimes, and she has talked about, when you work with your divination tool, sometimes they will quote unquote lie to you. Okay, so it's you can answer the question, and you get yes, and you look up, and the answer is no. Okay, it's like, how the fuck did that happen? Okay, there are various reasons why. Okay, sometimes it's how you ask the question. Okay, sometimes it's, but you already know the fucking answer. You already know the answer. Why you gonna ask me if your sweatshirt is white when you already know that it is? Okay. All right, but anyway, let's continue on. Okay. For anybody on this motherfucker, this goddamn app, silly asses. Have I ever done dream infiltration on anyone? No. Bitch, I like to sleep at fucking night. I don't even know how to do the shit. There is not one person on this app, at least I'm aware of, okay, that I have ever met in person. Not one. I say that at least that I know there might be people that I know who got a YouTube channel that I don't know about. Okay. But damn sure in motherfucking tarot land and these quote unquote spiritual people. Never met any of you. Don't fucking want to. This is you all's world and generation of trying to siphon and take shit from people you don't even fucking know. That's the stupidest shit I've ever heard. You don't even know the motherfucker. Why would you try to take something from somebody or siphon them, play around with them and all that? You never even heard of the person. You never even met the person before. Dumb. You've heard bits and pieces of their life if they've shared that. Okay, but that's what it is. Okay, let me just get that out the way. I said last night, this Brianna Bellamy said that I sold my soul. Okay, did I sell my soul? Okay, I asked last night. No. Stop, please. Did Brianna Bellamy sell her soul? Yeah, of course you did. Now, bitch, I don't care what you did. Sell your soul, all of that dumb shit. Whatever that's supposed to be. But all these lies and shit about me, no, bitch. And I don't give a fuck. Every time you get on with your bullshit, I'm gonna get right back here and defend myself. See, you thought I was afraid of you. Now, I asked, this Brianna Bellamy came here to Cleveland, lied to these people about me, saying that she knew me outside of this app, which I showed last night. I said it, but I don't know this bitch. I've never met this bitch outside of this app. Did not know this bitch before. I think it was like May 2021. Never seen her outside of this app, which has only been a few times. Because on the app, she hardly ever shows her fucking ugly ass face. Can you fucking blame her? So apparently she came here and told these people she knew me, and apparently little Miss Rita verified that, which was a lie. Did the lady who raised me, whose name is Lavinia, did she state that I knew Brianna Jo Bellamy beyond this app? Mm-hmm. Thank you, Stop this. This was all set up to destroy me. Am I correct? By these people. I don't give a fuck if you have to walk alone in your ventures here in life. You do that. I don't give a fuck about nobody's groups, their collectives, their lies, so on and so forth. Now, I had more questions when I got off last night, but I didn't write shit down. I just went to bed. Hold on. Now, I realized I said this bitch done came here when she came because she could still be here. I don't know. And lied to these people about me saying she knew me. So I did a live a long time ago, and I was doing with tarot cards, asking what were the lies that she said. I want to know specifically who believed this bitch, or who just wanted to believe the shit for fun. That's fun. The funny thing is, like I've said last night, like I've been saying, I was not affected by any of the shit. My life didn't stop. It hasn't stopped. It's not gonna stop. My money ain't dry up. I wasn't homeless. I wasn't jobless. I wasn't without food, clothes, shelter. Okay. Besides the dumb shit, the little witchcraft here and there, and the powers that be, for the most part, my life is peaceful and has been and will continue to be. Besides having things that were left for me, gifts that were given to me by people who loved me. And this woman, Lavinia, who raised me, stealing it and taking it, or my dad's brother and sister, Audrey and Craig, apparently taking things that were left for me from by my great grandmother. If it's not true, you better fucking say something. Besides those things, my life has been peaceful. And it's going to continue to be peaceful. It was designed to be peaceful, and it's going to be that. But all the shit that I had to endure by motherfuckers my whole fucking life around me, being in the lion's den, lying, nipping right at my toes and shit, my life has been peaceful. I don't know if these people had said things about me on this internet besides crazy ass Breonna Jewel Bellamy, shit filled Breonna Jewel Bellamy, scummy mouth Breonna Jewel Bellamy, fraud Breonna Jewel Bellamy, copycat Breonna Jewel Bellamy. Besides all that, I want a little dumb shit on here, that I've spoken to. My life has been peaceful. Okay. Again, people take things from you. They're not the source of your resources. You damn sure ain't the source of mine. And ain't never been and ain't never gonna be. But I'm just curious as to the people who did believe it. Now, them people at that fucking gym, who gives a fuck? I didn't know you motherfuckers. So I could care less what y'all believed and what you didn't believe. I wasn't even there for, maybe like 2 years. So what? Believe what the fuck you want. Not even a full 2 years. I don't know you motherfuckers. Dumbasses. And that's for the people. Not everybody there. That's for the people who decided, yeah, I'm going to get involved. You thought you were fucking cute. This Brittany bitch, you keep coming across my mind, bitch. I already read on you once. I don't like your motherfucking ass. So you can stay out of my fucking energy, bitch. You little evil, little scurrying animal creature. Okay. Is this Brittany? Is she constantly in my energy for nefarious purposes? Yeah. Bitch, you better stay your ass away from me. Another one that think you cute, hot, and sexy. A wannabe. Well, I was told to Karen about me. Thank you. Stop, please. Did Karen believe the lies? I think so. She knew they was on some bullshit. You all tried to use her for to validate your bullshit, your lies, and your uh, twisted ways. But you think I don't understand how this woman is got to be in her 70s. You think she is playing about her spirituality and her gifts because you play, especially your ass, Zarita. But you think she's playing? She probably been doing her work for about at least 30 years. Before the days of social media and everybody thinking that they can just pick up anything and do whatever the fuck they want. She put in her time and her work. You think she's playing, but you try to use her. Play a little twisted games. And you think she's dumb and falls for it. I haven't talked to her in years. I haven't seen her in years. I certainly hope that all is well with her. You think you could just use her, say whatever, and she's just gonna fall for it and be dumb like you. Or lies told to her daughter-in-law, Dr. T, about me. I know they was, honey, because you helped Miss Zarita. Thank you. Stop, please. Did she believe them? Thank you. Stop, please. Did she believe them because she wanted to believe them? Mm-hmm. Thank you. Stop, please. Not because she really believed them. Which, whatever. These are people that are spiritualists here. I can't think of anyone else who would matter. On top of my head. Because those that would matter would know these bitches is lying. Once again, anybody from that gym. So you was hoping that these that they was telling the truth. So you could have a reason to say, this why we doing it, because she did such and such. Zero. I know. Then here comes one popping in. Did anyone else from Miss Lavinia's family say that I knew that ugly ass Brown Joe Bellamy before? Okay, I didn't think so. I didn't think so. I'm just sitting here trying to remember the rest of my questions that I had last night. I can't remember. Now, the other night, like I said last night, I woke up yesterday morning with this vision of this Zarita in my head, like I had dreamed about her the night before, but I couldn't remember. I couldn't bring anything to my remembrance. But in it, she had on this blazer and was trying to look a certain way. I don't give a fuck what you motherfuckers do in terms of your little black magic and your projection and your dreams. My dreams. I know exactly who and what you are. I spent enough time around your fucking asses to know what you showed your ass with this whole situation. Now, what I'm going to do another time, because I'm sure people are curious, I'm going to show you pictures. so they can see exactly who and what you all are. You already see ugly ass Brianna Joe Bellamy over here. So they can see exactly who and what you are. People were set out to do these things to you. You defend yourself. I don't give a fuck if I don't give a fuck how many fucking people there are in their little groups. Anything we need to know about any of this. Nine of Pentacles. Queen of Pentacles. Two of Cups. The Chariot. Princess of Cups. Financial independence, self-sufficiency, and the rewards of hard work. I've been taking care of myself. Since I was away in college. I would say what I used to say, that, lady who raised me, she didn't send me much, she didn't have it, but now I understand and see, no, yes, but she had it. But I've been taking care of myself since then. It's called get your ass up and get a fucking job. That's what that's called. Ain't nobody pay my way through shit. Nobody. Not one motherfucker. Get up off your ass and go to work. I've been a server. I've been a flight attendant. I done worked in offices and did all kind of secretarial work. I done worked retail. I worked as a chaplain. I done did all types of shit. Legitimate work, not prostitution. So for this reading is me right here. Independent, taking care of myself. I'm going to keep saying it. Queen of Pentacles represents stability, abundance, and nurturing, often associated with a grounded and practical approach to life. I'm very grounded and have a very practical approach to life. Basic shit. It's amazing. People don't know the basic foundational shit, but want to run off to the shit that's all the way at the top. And you haven't even formed any kind of fucking foundation. Just any old thing. Just do any old thing. And I'm multi-talented. See her with all them hands. Anything I put my hands to do, I do it, and I do it well. Two of Cups. Reverse. Generally signifies disharmony, imbalance, and a breakdown in communication or connection in relationships. I guess that's some kind of confirmation. Quite obviously here. And this is what these people did not want me to have, a Two of Cups. Damn sure that woman who raised me, Miss Lavinia. Then here come little silly ass Miss Zarita. And fuck Brianna Jo Bellamy, who I don't even fucking know. Who's so invested in my fucking life. But you motherfuckers ain't gonna stop shit. You think I don't have relationships now? It's amazing people like this, they think that they're the only people in your life, or that they mean so much to you in your fucking life that you just gonna fall apart and just ain't nobody on this great big fucking God's green earth. There's just nobody else but them. You think I don't have relationships? I don't talk to anybody from my past. Not one single person except my daughter. Not one. Nobody. From my dad's side of the family, that crazy woman who raised me, her side of the family. Past jobs, people that I've known just in general in the past. Nobody. Not one. You think I don't have relationships? That's what they thought. See, this is people like this, they're dumb. I'm going to keep saying it, dumb. Well, they think that they're God. They don't even have any control and command over their own life. That's what you think? think I don't talk to anybody. Nobody talks to me. For people going through this, please don't you dare fall apart about the loss of people in your life, whether they do bullshit like what they've done to me, to you, or whatever the fuck. There are so many people in this world, so many people in your city that you live in, just in general. That's what y'all thought. The chariot reverse signifies a lack of direction, control, and progress, often stemming from indecision, internal conflict, or feeling of being pulled in opposing ways. It suggests a need to stop, reassess the situation, and either take a new path or regain willpower rather than pushing forward aggressively against resistance. This can also have a literal interpretation indicating vehicle problems or need for caution when driving. Damn sure that. I did a video about the dumb stupidity of what's that shit they call that black magic that spells for you to have accidents and shit on the road and all of that kind of shit. I've definitely had to deal with that. What they say, Jesus take the wheel. You all had a lack of direction, but this is what you thought you were doing in my life, taking me off my path. Dumb. Princess of Cups, upright, represents, it's also called the Page of Cups, represents new emotional and intuitive beginnings, creativity, and sensitivity. It signifies a state of idealism, imagination, and deep connection to one's inner child, inspiring artistic expression and open-mindedness to new experiences and subtle messages. That's what you thought you was going to stop? That's what you thought you was going to stop? My new beginnings? And sometimes I be listening to these readings, they be talking about these new beginnings. They try to stop your new beginnings, new beginnings, new beginnings, new beginnings, new beginnings. Now, I don't know about for anybody else, but my new beginnings began the day I walked away from I don't give a fuck the day I walked away from all of that bullshit. The day I walked about that house. Peace. That's the day that shit began. For me. And you're not going to stop shit. Now, like I said, I can't remember all of the questions I had, but they will return. Briandra Bellamy, bitch, you think you're going to keep assaulting me? Keep on, bitch. And I'm going to take that little knife that you're trying to stab me with and put it right between your fucking ugly ass eyes every fucking time, which wouldn't do much. You ain't nothing up in that head of yours any fucking way. Did Briandra Bellamy come here and tell these people that everything I did, she actually did, and I was lying saying it was me? Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. Bitch, you haven't done anything. Stop, please. Did she say, because college is so fucking important to her, did she say that she actually went to Howard University and I didn't? No. Okay. But she told these people that I didn't go there. Okay. Whatever. Okay. I already know you told these people I was sick. I don't know what other kind of perverted things came up out of your fucking mouth. Except things I've already asked, which is enough. The most low-down perverted thing you can think of comes up out of your mouth, which is your actual life. So, bitch, you keep on, you gonna get that lawsuit, bitch. Like I said, I don't give a fuck how long it take. Sound like some RICO charge. But anyway, that's all I have right now. Like I said, I had more questions, but I couldn't remember everything. But it will come back, and I'm gonna get right back on this motherfucker. And tell the fucking truth. Any of you people here who watch this, because you watch, who believed any of that shit, who knew me, fuck you. I don't give a fuck who you are. People I had known for fucking years. And then all of a sudden, some space cadet from out of town comes with a country bumfuck ass. And I don't have to say shit about Zubidi. I already knew who and what she was. But any of you who actually knew me as a person and chose to believe that bitch, fuck you. And I mean it with everything in me. I was at Whole Foods one time. It's a while ago. But I keep thinking about it. And I was walking out and I heard someone faintly say, "Hi, Nikki Lewis." But I didn't look back to see who it was. I just kept going. I don't know who it could have possibly been. I've met so many people. I know a lot of people. I don't hang out with a lot of people. I just know a lot of people. A lot of people know me. But if you happen to be one of these people, whoever you were, who are part of this shit and believe this shit, fuck you. And you keep your high. I don't give a fuck if I see any of you. If you believed any of that shit and you participated in all of that group shit to slander my name all over this city, I don't give a fuck. You keep your motherfucking ass going. Don't say shit to me. Not one fucking word. I have one butterfly shuffle for something real quick. And then I'm going to go to work. It's about that goddamn Brittany Jenkins, bitch. I'm so sick of thinking about your motherfucking ass. But you're trying to be something that you're not. You're trying to be something that you're fucking not. You're trying to show the world that you know something that you don't. I don't know if you're trying to act like you're a teacher, a spiritual teacher, or leader, but you aren't. That's what I'm saying. You don't want to build no foundations and lay no bricks. You don't want to take the time to do any work Like I said, with Karen, a spiritual woman, 30, 40 years at least, before everybody thought that they could just get up and just do something and just be something and ain't learned read a couple of pages out of a book and Googled and shit. No, that's not her. You don't want to lay no foundations. You don't want to study. You don't want to really learn. You just want to show. Get up there and try to show something that you're not, and end up hurting people because you don't know what the fuck you're doing and don't know what the fuck you're talking about. I don't know, bitch. Maybe you feel some kind of rejection here. I don't know. And don't want to. Who cares? And why do I say that? Because if you are sitting up there trying to do that, you don't care about the people's lives that you're affecting. You only care about yourself. Okay? You need to slow down, bitch. With whatever it is that you're doing. You're lying about something. Once again, you're doing something you have no business, no understanding, no fucking clue. And you don't want to learn. You don't want to take the time to learn. You don't want to ask questions. You just want to build off something you know not of. Once again, that came up before. But see, you keep coming here in my energy. Otherwise, I could care less. You're trying to, you whatever it is that you're trying to do, whatever cup it is that you're trying to take, you shouldn't. Or somebody moved you or told you to do this, remember they didn't. You lied on your own of your own free will. Trying to take action here on a world and realm. You might be interested in things, spiritual things, and that's fine, indicating a newfound awareness, motivation, openness to new opportunities. But it's something that you don't know, that you don't understand, that you aren't fully aware of, but you're trying to be, trying to show that you know. So I can do better than her. That's all. That always that competition. It's nothing to be competitive about. You need to learn. You need to take time to study. But you need to know what it is that you're learning and that you're studying. In other words, what I'm saying by that is, does it resonate with you? Don't just jump into a pool of something if it doesn't resonate with you, if it doesn't sit well with you. For example, I went to seminary. That's for pastors, people that are going to become pastors. I knew by the time I got done, I was like, I don't even believe any of this anymore. Ain't no way in hell I'm going to go be some goddamn pastor. I could have been. I could still be. No. Not at none of them churches. Start my own shit, my own church. Don't do something that does not resonate with you or that you don't understand. And is this what it boils down to? Money? I'm here to leave it be because you don't understand what you're doing. And you're lying. You're lying about a lot of things. I'm thinking in terms of this spiritual work. You're trying to do spiritual work, but you don't understand what it is. You don't even understand what it is that you know or that you think you know. And people be mad. So look. That's where you at, bitch. Or that's what's going to have you in your soul. I don't know. It's got something to do with a man. You need to stop. All right. You want to act like you're some spiritual leader, some great guru. Oh, Lord have mercy. It's just ridiculous. And so when people start attacking you spiritually, because that's what the fuck they gonna do. Even the ones who crowd the most, that would really help you. They're gonna attack you the most. They will be your greatest attackers. Fuck with you mentally and spiritually, psychologically. What you gonna do? What are you rooted and grounded in? Oh, it doesn't matter. I mean, it matters, but that don't mean nothing to you. You'll sit there and say, well, what you mean? Have yourself being spiritually attacked left and right and don't even realize that you are. This shit just falling apart everywhere. And you won't even know why. Well, how could they have done that? You said they said I helped them. Then be the ones. The ones you help will kick your fucking ass. Anyway, they will hurt you worse than anybody else. I don't know exactly what that spirit is all about, but them be the ones. All right. But anyway, that's it for now. I'll be back. Remember, live without fear, or face it. You're going to have obstacles in life. Okay. See, this shit on here with Beyond Joe Bellamy, it's not about whether people believe it. The point is, for me, what the bitch and the rest of them was trying to do to me, to stop me. They want me to be crying somewhere. I don't know, maybe they're gonna win something, some money or something, if I'm upset and down and out and miserable. That's not going to happen. So how about play a new game called With Yourself? Actually get up and go live a real fucking life. You all have favor and have a good day. Peace.